Coogan Cassius here for iFilm London. On the phone we have, all the way from Rotherham, Mr. Dave Caldwell, promoter. You alright, David?
How you doing, mate? You alright?
I'm all good. Just been a manic weekend. I know you had your show Friday night in Rotherham. Was it a 6-card bill, David?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was 6-card. It went really, really well. We had a couple of great fights on there, including Mansouri against Maxwell, which was an absolute barnstormer. So well buzzing with that.
What sort of numbers was in there for Rotherham Friday night, Dave?
We got about 1,000 in, to be honest. It wasn't the biggest show, but still, for a show full of just prospects, we got good numbers in there. So probably just about 30-40 short of 1,000. We had it set out for 1,000, and there were just a few seats left, so it was pretty good. I'm happy with that.
Chad Gaynor, it was his first fight after prize fight, wasn't it? Against
wanted to get him out there pretty much quickly after prize fight. Get him on a bit of a roll. Had a great learning fight for him. The kid came over and hard as nails, Nicaraguan, hard as nails, but was throwing punches back and was trying to nail Chad. It's quite awkward first couple of rounds, but what I really, really liked about Chad is he showed that he can figure problems out during the course of a fight. First couple of rounds it looked like, oh god, this is going to be a long, horrible, awkward fight. But after 2 rounds or so, he started measuring him, problem solving, which is what kids need to do before they step into championship class.
You've obviously got a great working relationship with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Sport. Obviously, entitles people like Scott Cardwell to fight in your bills and to get him out more. So a win over, was it Michael Escobar? He fought. How was that, Dave?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, again, another Nicaraguan. His record coming in was 7-3. So he's a positive record. Didn't come over really. Respectful of Scott being over here as a big prospect, and he proved to be tough and hard for Scott to get out there. I mean, it was a good workout for Scott. It keeps him busy, keeps him active, but he's in with a guy that's not just rolling over after 1 or 2 rounds, which I think for kids like Gaynor, Mansouri and Cardo, they need guys that are throwing punches back at them, because these are kids that have got quality and that are going to be fighting for titles. And when you fight for titles, people do hit you back, and so when you're through the learning phase of your career, you need to be fighting guys that are going to stand up to your best shots and give you some back.
Also in the bill, you had Jamie Hughes and Atif Shafiq and Cash Ali. Who caught your eye from those, David, or did they all?
Well, to be honest, I've got a lot of respect for Jamie, because I didn't know until we was in the changing room before the fight. Pardon my French, but it's been basically he had the shits for the last 24 hours, and they couldn't put his shorts on until the last minute because he kept having to run to the toilet. Now, I would have liked to have known that beforehand, because he just wanted to fight, and he's got the confidence to go in there against anybody, and obviously his training team knew that he'd be alright. But for kid to be in that sort of position, I mean, he wasn't strong at all. He wasn't in 100% shape being like that. I remember, I think it was end of the second round, he came back to the corner, and I heard him saying to his training team, his big guts are dropping. So all we were bothered about when we were walking out to ring, he just kept saying, I hope I don't shit myself when I'm in ring. So it's full credit to him for taking the fight, and he fought at a great pace as well. The kid can whack, he can really, really whack. So full credit to him. As for Atif Shafiq, it's the first time I've seen this kid, and he's flash, mate. He's a typical Ingle schooled fighter. Flash, cocky. He was just 1 step ahead, 2 or 3 steps ahead of Johnny Graves all through. Johnny's a tough man, and normally Johnny gets to wind his opponents up, but I think Atif was the one that was winding him up in this one. So yeah, I mean them two stood out really well. Cash Ali got a good points win over. I forget the guy's name. Moses
Matuvu.
That's it. I like this guy. I've seen him box out in Ireland. He always comes and gives it a go. You know, he's welcome on any of my shows again. He's good for the crowd. He's good for your prospects because he comes in as a go, and he's a big tough man. Very polite kid as well. Always says thanks for putting me on and stuff like that. He's really nice fella.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we've interviewed Moses actually before because we was at a show once and he came over to us and said, when are you going to interview me? You know, we've never met him before, and was like, well, we're going to do it now, obviously, Moses. He's a really
nice fella, isn't he? Really nice fella. I've got a lot of time for him. Yeah.
Really nice fella. So I understand you're off on your way to South Africa with Matthew Hatton for his IBO title fight against Van Heeden this week, David, as well.
Yep, I fly out on Wednesday night. So I'm just about to go off to Meadows to get one or two bits that I might need. You know, bit of suntan cream and stuff like that. You know, I'm hearing the temperature's about 30 degrees down there. So I'm looking forward to getting out of this miserable weather and ditching my coat for a couple of days and you know, seeing a bit of sun. And then obviously we've got Matty Clark's on the bill as well. So I'm looking forward to catching up with the boys and seeing how the preparations have gone out there. I've been in touch with them while I've been there, and you know, they've been looked after absolutely fantastically by Show Pony Promotions, David Michaels. So yeah, they're enjoying the experience, but you know, it's not a holiday. They're there to get a couple of wins, and especially Matthew claim that IPO world title. Yeah,
I mean. I was at the fight in 2009 against Lovemore and Do, which he got a draw in. Obviously, Lovemore and Do retaining his title, but he was a bit unlucky in that fight. I remember not to get the decision, especially it being over here and that. So, you know, 4 years on, he'll be desperate to capture that again. Well, I say again, you know, get the shot again and capture it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's all alone to get a contest, but you know, it's an ardent pro. Is Matt? You know, he's been with guys like Ellen and Saul Alvarez, and you know, so he's experienced going over into somebody else's backyard. He's experienced going over abroad, you know, and fighting the best that they've got to offer. So you know, it won't faze him. It won't faze him at all. Boxing in South Africa, and Van Heerden's a good fighter, very good, you know, good tall southpaw, great jab. But he's not fought at the level that Matt has. So you know, we're confident that he can go in there and do it. But he's got to be fully focused. He's got to fight the fight of his life, really. And you know, he's in a good place mentally as well as physically. So yeah, we're looking forward to that, and we're very confident about it. So.
Okay. When's your next show, David? Is it in March?
Yes, we've got March the 8th, the Little War of the Roses show with Kate Swales against Shane Milton, David Barnes against Rick Godin, Jose Burton against Carl Dilks. You know, then we've got prospects like Liam Hanrahan, Liam Conroy, there's Ryan Doyle on there, Chris Healy, and also we've got Craig Watson back against Mark Lloyd and Prince as well. So it's quite a big show, you know, for a non-televised show, so to speak.
And everything with the COLDWELL boxing app going to plan?
Oh, absolutely fantastic. I mean, obviously we had the hiccups on the first show that we did, which, you know, you do get hiccups early doors. But the last two, we did Seffi Bull's show, the Tyrone Nurse Joel Feed show all the way through. That was absolutely perfect. Great show. Seffi's got a good bill. So some good fights on there. If people haven't seen it it's on video on demand now. So that went through perfectly. And then Friday's show with Nad Mansouri again. You know, no problems at all there. And you know, we're getting rave reviews. The fans are taking to it. Download wise, you know, it's phenomenal. We're into 5 figures now. So I'm absolutely buzzing about it.
Alright, well David, I know you've got a busy day ahead of you, as you do every day, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Listen, thanks for talking to us. Yeah, just wanted a little catch up after the weekend, really, just get your thoughts on your show. And just, David, a quick word on David Price. Obviously a shock defeat on Saturday night in Liverpool, Tony Thompson.
Yeah, listen, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Myself and my missus Louise, we were watching it at home, and you know, we're good friends with Pricey, and basically his family, his dad, and you know, his kids, his missus, everybody. Stretching back to the Haymaker days, I was absolutely devastated. I don't think I've been as gutted for a fighter that I'm not actually professionally involved with as much as I was for that fight. You know, it's one of those things. Heavyweight boxing, you know, it happened with McCall doing Lennox. It's happened with Vladimir Klitschko in the past. You know, I was one of those people that always said Vladimir Klitschko will never do anything. You know, when he went through a phase where he was getting bounced off the canvas, and I thought he'd never ever do anything. And then, you know, you fast forward, and he is the main man at the heavyweight division for years. You know, he's been at the top for years. So you know, I remember when people up and down when Carl Thompson beat David A. and Lalenga Mock dropped him, and they were again, he'll never do anything. But you know, it's how you recover from that. It's how you look after your weaknesses. You know, it's not so much it wasn't a shot on the chin, it was a shot on the back of the head, neck, which, you know, just totally destroys your equilibrium. And unless you've been hit with something like that, you don't actually understand what it does to you. So, you know, I'm fully confident that he'll come back from it, he'll learn from it. The thing about Price, he is a really good student of the game, and he does like to work harder. He does, you know, it does look at his game plan, and it does look at his abilities and try to improve his weaknesses as well as his strengths.
Okay, David, listen, best of luck with Matthew Hatton in South Africa this week. Obviously, we'll be watching it on Box Nation, so yeah, and we'll look forward to the next show, and keep us posted with anything that's going on.
Will do. Nice one, mate. Thank you very much.
Alright, Dave Caldwell there on the phone. Thank you very much.